My name is Michael Gayle, owner of MGayle Studio, Pilates and Personal Training in Highland Park and soon to be Woodbury as well. This week I'm reading a book called The Sagas of the Icelanders. It's an excellent read about the Vikings, historic Vikings voyage from Norway to Iceland and the settling of Iceland partially. Great read, but today we're going to talk about something a little bit different from the historic Vikings. We're going to talk about circuit training. Now, why is circuit training so important, and why is it for you as the audience? Well, circuit training, we're looking at 5, 7, 10 different exercises or so, things that we can do anywhere at any time, whether you're on the road traveling, whether you're there's some really bad weather and it's tough to get to the gym. But we specialize in helping our clients, continually having new, exciting movements that they can do to further expand their repertoire. So for today, we're going to be doing various movements. I'm going to show you some modifications. Our focus is going to be on the lower body and the core. Try to keep it as simple as possible, but these are some really effective movements that you can do to build your core strength, your stamina, your overall muscle mass, and you're just feeling good versus saying, throwing in the towel for the day and saying, I'm not going to get a workout in. So enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly at MGayle Studio or any of our instructors. So the first movement of our circuit will be squats. I'm going to show you a couple different versions of squats. The main thing here is going what you feel comfortable with. If the range of motion that I'm showing you is too much for you, then do less and then build up the range of motion over time. If you're uncertain of whether or not it's appropriate for you to do squats at all, then please contact one of us at MGayle Studio and we'll be more than happy to give you some information on how appropriate it is. But this is a great exercise as far as building strength, range of motion, stamina, balance, and just overall feeling strong in your lower body. Not to mention it's something we do throughout the day through our activities of daily living. So starting that position, we're going to start out with a hip distance apart footing. If that feels a little uncomfortable for you, you don't feel as stable, then you can widen your feet out to about shoulder or slightly wider than shoulder distance apart. So showing in the hip distance apart, let's cross our arms over in the front, or if you feel like you need a little bit more balance, you can put your hands out to the side as such. Inhale as you come down, open your chest as you come down, and exhale, come all the way up. So inhale, come all the way down, like you're sitting down into a chair, have equal weight in your heels and then the balls of your feet, and then exhale, all the way up. Again, that's about the tempo we want. If this is too much range of motion, then you can either widen your stance a little bit and go deep with a wider stance, or just lessen the range of motion altogether, and then work your way up range of motion until you feel much more comfortable with it. So the next movement we're going to do is an alternate leg kick. This is a great movement, especially if you've been on the plane, you've been on the bus, you've been in the car for long periods of time traveling, or you just feel like you just want to get moving, you want to get the range of motion taken care of at the same time you're building stamina and you're building just overall getting the heart pumping at the same time. So what we're going to do in a supine position, so on our back, we're going to lengthen our feet out, so straighten our legs. We're going to bring our hands down and press them into the floor. Shoulders open across the chest, try to keep the ribs in together versus having them popped up. And then we'll start with the left leg, flexing that left foot, go as far as you feel comfortable, try to keep the leg straight, and then bring it down. As we bring it back down, we're going to point the toe. So again, alternate, right foot, and back down. So it's kicking up. And what you'll notice as you do this is your range of motion. You'll get a little bit more, and let your body just go with what feels natural. Try to keep the toe pointed straight back, And the breath is exhale up, inhale down. So next movement, you're in a very similar position, on your back, hands down in a nice firm position, pressing against the floor, shoulders open across the chest, heads reaching long. You want your sacrum between your backside, nice and flat against the ground. And what we're going to do is bend our knees, so we have about a 45-degree bend. And we're going to apply equal pressure on the insides and outsides of the feet. It's going to be inhale, prepare, and exhale. Engage the glutes, engage the core, and lift up into a bridge position. So this is something that you build up to. You should be able to hold between 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time. So it's exhale, up. We're doing repetitions today. And inhale back down. Exhale up. Inhale back down. Now if this feels easy for you, you can do 100 of these, or you can hold up for 2, 3 minutes at a time. Then feel free to take one leg up and then lower. And just keep that one leg up, stationary, and lower back down. Repetitions wise for all of these, from the beginner, 5 reps, intermediate, 15, 20, advanced, 40 to 50 reps if you're looking for stamina, if you're looking, or if you prefer not to do as many reps, then hold the position for a longer period of time in a static position. That's also will build strength for you as well. So this next position, we're in the same position we were at for the last 2. So you should go from one to the other without break. That's kind of the idea with the circuit. Sometimes we'll take time in between groups of sets, but for this one, I would say go from one to the other and take a less or small of a break as you possibly can. So with this one, we're going to be in a tabletop position, so we'll go right or left foot first, and the opposite foot, legs together, toes pointed, hands behind the head. We're going to nod our chin towards our chest, and then we're going to fold up from the mid-sternum, exhaling up. So try not to pull from the neck, but make the movement from the core. So inhale as you come back down, exhale is the move. Now, if holding your legs up feels a little bit too much, if you feel it in your lower back, then I would suggest either holding one leg up, same type of thing, or have both feet down, and as you curl up, you can either lift your toes or you can lift your back side up. Now that's a whole different movement in itself, but again, if it's difficult for you to hold your legs up there, I prefer you do something with your feet on the ground, one foot or both feet on the ground, and go from there. So this exercise, repetitions wise, very similar. We'll start off 5 reps for the beginner, build up to about 15 to 20 intermediate, and then anything above 20, 25 and up for advanced. Making sure to breathe each and every rep with every single one of these movements. The breath is the most important thing. If the breath isn't there, you tighten up, you slow down, and then you wake up and you're feeling not too hot. Again, keeping the legs together and slow, come on back down. Left foot down, right foot down. We're all done. So the next position we're going to do is a downward dog or a pike position to a plank position or a push-up position. For modified, rather than having the knees off, we're going to have the knees on the ground. I'll start off with the regular version, and then we'll go to modified version second. So left foot out, right foot out. We're in that plank position. Reach the head as long as you can into a dart. And then from here, lift your hips up. It's not important that you keep your legs straight, but it's the hips up as high as you can. Your feet are about hip distance apart. And you're trying to get that nice stretch. Shoulders away from the ears. And then bring yourself into that pike or that dart position again. So it's an inhale up. Exhale, dart, or that plank position. So the modified version of this, would start off like this. Both knees up, and then back down. A little bit different. Knees up. If that feels like it's a little too much, then go knees up a couple inches, and then back down. Knees up a couple inches, and then back down. So repetitions wise, 3 to 5 at the beginner level, intermediate 10, 15, advanced above 15 reps. So we're all down with the workout, and we're doing a little stretch at the end. For today, keep it simple. 5 exercises. If you want to do multiple bouts or multiple rounds where you're doing the circuit 2, 3, 4 times, feel free to do that. If this is new to you, I would highly suggest that you start off with 4 to 5 reps and then work your way up in repetitions. So hope you enjoyed the trainer tip for this week. If you have any questions, anything that you're not sure about, please contact one of our trainers at MGayle Studio or visit our website at www.MGayle Studios, plural, Studios.com.